Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to go over oil and natural gas and do our daily technical analysis update. I will give you my opinion and we'll look at the charts and see what's going on. So behind me, I've got light crude oil futures. We do have a bearish engulfing pattern where it opened up, and we are still not breaking and closing above this trend line on a weekly candlestick basis. We're right there. We have a wick at the top. We could pull back. We could. Does that mean we will? Guys, I'm going to say it looks like we might want to. We have all these little small up days. We got a little more selling pressure. I do think we might head back to like perhaps an 85-ish type per barrel move in the springtime. Then it is game on. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Whenever this, however far this pullback goes, it's game on after, in my opinion. If we get the pullback. And natural gas, we're getting a little bit, I think we will get a pullback here, kind of a shoulder, head, shoulder. I will probably pull back maybe to 350, 360, I don't know, somewhere in this range, back down here for the springtime. And then summer, since it's used as a, to cover the renewables when they're not generating power, natural gases, I think we'll probably head on higher again. And again, this is all speculation. I would not sell a single thing in my portfolio. I'm not selling anything. I'm just holding on, and I would be an accumulator. Now, some of this, like this company, or I should say the ETF XOP, looks like we're putting in a bullish engulfing where we could head higher. The buyers and sellers are just ripping each other back and forth at this section. That's why we're just lots of volatility. I don't do anything, and I'm only an accumulator. We're trying to break this resistance line right here. We're pausing at it. We'll eventually break it. It could break immediately. It could. We've got war and all this stuff and news going on. Anything could happen in the short term. Long term, it's going higher. It's going far higher, in my opinion, with the inflation, with the market deficits in oil, with the energy crises that we have in natural gas. It's going to eventually move on higher. So long term is what I focus on. The short term here, yeah, it's getting a little hairy. SM Energy, yeah, reported. I think they blew out earnings, and I think they have like a little production declinage going on. I'm not selling it. I'm going to hold on to it. With oil prices where they're at, this is probably going to head higher anyway. But it looks like we had a little bit of a sell-off today. You could even report good earnings and good production growth, and it could still sell off. So I'm holding on to my shares. I'm not doing anything. CDEV, it's right at this top resistance line. It's trying to break out of it. It will eventually break through it. Depends what oil does, depends what natural gas does, but CDEV has been very strong. Crew is also one of my large overweight positions. I don't know why this keeps moving back and forth on me. This should be at the bottom here. That's about right. It dipped out and came right back up. Dipped out, came right back up. But Crew Energy at 250 was a spot that I really liked to pick up some shares right on the support line. I did pick up shares. This is one I've been adding to my health savings account. I've been adding in some in here. I've added in a couple of different companies and different sectors, kind of a wide, diverse thing. Crew Energy is a small oil company. They can grow production. They've got a whole bunch of land holdings up in Canada. It is incredibly cheap. I think this is a really good one. And I've been adding into it on this trend line whenever I could. I got it in at about $2. I've got in down here. I got in at 33 cents was my first purchase back in November. No. I was like right here is where I bought it. 34 cents, 33 cents is where I bought it in October of 2020. And I've just been holding on to it as we ride higher. CPE is another one. We're coming up into, I don't know why should be something more like this. There you go. There you go, buddy. Something like that. We're right at support. Again, if you like, CPE, maybe try buying it off this resistance line or something. Make fun of, have some fun. Athabasca Oil, this thing, it's going right towards my other resistance line up here. And what's going on here is You basically hit this. We went through this resistance line, we broke through that, and we're touching this next one. And that's, we're probably going to hit some resistance there, and then we're going to see a big move. So I suspect that this thing's going to get real close to $1.67 or so. It looks like it was already reaching for it. We may move sideways or pull back, and then put a little like cup and handle type pattern or something. We'll U-shape here and then launch. Recaf moving on up a little bit. So that's good. We're coming on up a little bit there. CPG moving nice and strong. Good, good, strong closing there. I love the way this looks. I own a bunch in CPG as well. This is one of my favorite ones. We got nice, good, strong resistance line here. We're breaking up through it. You can see the pause there. This thing could run, guys. It could run. You better, if you're in Crescent Point, just hold on to it. Don't do anything with it. Northern Oil and Gas is right next to this big long-term resistance line coming through here. There's that big long-term resistance line. We're trying to break through it. We've got the lows coming and stepping up into it. It's going to break it. Just give it some time. This is another one that I would be looking at if you guys want to look at one, Northern Oil and Gas. GTE getting a little bit of a sell-off today. This thing's been burning, just burning higher. Let it pull back a little bit. If it goes sideways or pulls back, no big deal. Just hold on to it. It's been breaking patterns. Tellurian moving on up today. It's still coming through this resistance line. That's coming up next. That one looks good. Pedevco is also one. I'm going to do the logarithmic here. Go to all. We've got this little, not little, a big resistance line coming right through. We are right on top of it, hitting our head. We have to break through that first. And then we break through this secondary one at $1.73, and then we're off to the races after that. Oasis, we're getting some good buy-in pressure, bullish engulfing here. Hopefully we can come back above this resistance line. CRK is one that I like. It's doing all good down here. Looks good. SD, Sandridge Energy, nice, strong move today. Bullish engulfing. Looks like we broke through all of this resistance going across here. Nice resistance break there. This looks like it wants to go higher. Nice. Oh, it had earnings today. It must have released really good earnings. This is one also that I own. Ring Energy is another one that I like. It broke out of this downtrend. I was a buyer in here, and then we're working our way trying to break through this other long-term resistance line all through here. Once we break through that, it's going to be a big move to the upside. I'll just draw it like this. Surge Energy surging today, 11.4%. This guy's broken out of this big long-term resistance line. The cheetah was resting, and now we're playing with the big boys on the big boy line that we're trying to break for the long-term resistance line. This is the long-term resistance line. We're right there trying to break out of it. The volume is stepping up like an ape. Ape strong, bull strong, however you want to say it. Strong like bull, strong like ape. It's coming. I do own a little bit of Surge Energy. I did get into it. So, and then Tamarack Valley Energy is another one that's been moving higher. This is the daily candlestick basis. This is a reversal bullish piercing pattern, which will resolve itself to the upside. So that one looks good. OIH is another one that's looking good. Nice, good, strong buying pressure today. Let's see if this thing can lift. Little bit of selling pressure, a little bloody nose, so to speak, on Tetra Technologies. Riggs getting a little bit of selling pressure, not much. It looks pretty good. Pump, small little bloody nose right next to a big tall guy. I think it's going to head higher. EXTN, buyers are coming in, bullish engulfing. Valaris, right on resistance support. I would be a buyer on support again. MRM getting a little bit of buying pressure today. Tidewater getting buying pressure today, just moving sideways. NEX buying pressure up 1.55%. Just kind of chopping sideways here. CHX moving sideways. WHD, Cactus Energy, right on support. Guys, like all of these, we should be just holding on. And if you're not in it, I mean, it's up to you if you want to buy it. They're still very low, still extreme value here on all these companies. OII, yeah, a little bit of a sell-off today. Could we get a little selling pressure? Yeah, we're falling out of this wedge. Once we fall out of this wedge, which we're doing right now, I mean, if we start to see buying pressure, I would be buying it up. Noble Energy, nice, good little update today. Hold on to it, guys. We're about to break this downtrend line. Then we're off to the races. Higher lows, stepping right up into it. Helix Energy Solutions, it's still in its up little channel. I own it. I'm just going to hold on to it. CGG is still trying to find a bottom. It's kind of an A, B, C correction, and then we're going to move on higher eventually. And then I can see Coal's also doing quite well. So, guys, I'm not doing anything for my shares. Again, I'm just holding on to this. We could see a little bit of downside move in oil. We may not. I know this is technical analysis, but that doesn't mean that I know where this is necessarily going to go in the short term. What I do know is that all these long-term big picture views, they all look like they want to go higher. And I would be in these companies. I would be selling nothing. I would be accumulating if you guys like them. I bought Crew Energy at $2.50. I did pick that one off. Go me. I did cost average. That wasn't my only buy. I did get it at 250. I got it at a couple other buy points as well and a couple other accounts. But I like all these companies, guys. I just buy them. I hold on, and I think that we are at the beginning of a commodity bull market, a very big one. And you don't sell at the beginning of a bull market. You just ride it. Just let these guys ride it. If SM Energy has made me 20 plus X from my bottom buy, it deserves for me to hold on to it the entire bull market and see what it can get me. On all these companies here, if I'm up a whole bunch, I don't really care. Doesn't matter. I'm going to continue to buy in if the valuation is good, which it is. I'm going to continue to hold through this bull market. I think we're at the beginning still of we're at the middle stages of the beginning of this bull market. So we're in the beginning of it, but in the middle of the beginning, if that makes sense. And when we see the overall price and where oil is probably going to go, you're going to be, I think, dumbfounded at how high the price of some of these things will go, how much inflation will be in the system, gold and silver taking off. It's coming. We just have to be patient, and we're at the beginning of this move. Give me a thumbs up if you guys like the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.